Hey guys, I'm finally Korean. I've transitioned. I'm so happy I've completed my look. I'm finally Korean, guys. I have the eyes. Just had a brow lift as well. So I'm so happy finally.
This is Ollie London, a British person who now identifies as Korean. Ollie is obsessed with their K-pop idol, the lead vocalist from BTS. Over the past 8 years, Ollie got his hairstyle, then clothes, shoes, and has since undergone 18 surgeries to look exactly like him. Nose jobs, jawline surgery, chin implants, teeth surgery. This is quite far, but with what Ollie says next, has Ollie London gone too far?
Hey guys, I just want to take this chance.
Okay, this is Ollie London.
Come out today. Something that's been on my mind for a long time, and I've been very confused about how I identify. I've been very confused, and I've seen a lot of other people online that have come out and been very brave about it.
I don't think anyone comes out as Korean. He's probably the first one.
Their pronouns, etc. So, I've taken courage from these incredibly brave people, and it is Pride Month at the moment. So, I thought this.
I really want to ask, as I watch this, before we even get to the middle of it, why LGBT is connected to changing a race?
Well, Ollie wants transracial to be added to this.
But that's a totally different concept. Let's keep on watching.
I finally had the courage. I've undergone my racial, can't think of the word, transitional surgery.
This is ridiculous. Racial transitional surgery? That's offensive on 10,000 levels.
How far should we go in supporting someone else's expression of themselves?
I've been transitioning. I've been very unhappy with who I am deep down for the last 8 years. For the first time in my life, I feel beautiful. I'm looking in the mirror and I love the way I look.
Wow.
I feel bad.
This is genuinely sad.
Yeah.
He clearly has an issue. See, at Project Nightfall, we genuinely believe that as long as someone is a good person, as long as they don't hurt anyone, they should be allowed to express themselves in any way possible, right?
Yeah, as you said, as long as they're not hurting anyone.
Yes.
And if they're just doing plastic surgery to themselves, they're not hurting anyone. But if they're going to try and claim another racial identity, then isn't that harmful to that entire race? This is what Ollie said just a few years ago.
I'm not saying that I want to be Asian as such. I'm always going to be, British, Caucasian, but I would like to look as close as possible to Koreans, like Korean pop stars and Jimin.
Yes, this is exactly what Ollie said, but now things have changed.
So happy with my new Korean eyes, my new Korean brow lift, my new Korean temple lift. Everything Korean, guys. I now identify fully as Korean. I'm so happy I can live my life the way I want to live it, finally, after being trapped for so long.
And so I want to ask you, as an Asian person, do you find this offensive in any way?
In many ways. To reduce an entire ethnicity to looks. Being Korean is so much more than just looking a certain way and having certain features. They have generations of their own history, culture, their specific struggles and experiences. It takes more than just to like Korean music and get Korean features.
Be a fan of BTS to be
Yeah,
Korean.
or just reshape your eyelids and say, now I'm Korean. That's just very reductive, and that's why I find it offensive.
And Ollie is also demanding that transracial becomes a thing, and more people should feel they can come out and identify as a different race.
Yeah, see, that's where I think it's a slippery slope. Do I love it when people from a different culture love my culture? Hell yes, I get proud. But this is different. Many races have suffered generations of discrimination, right?
People get in trouble for dressing up in a certain dress, and it's cultural appropriation, so changing race is insane.
And it's a huge privilege. My great-grandparents didn't get to pick whether they were going to be the colonizer or colonized. They didn't have the privilege of picking their race. So it's just, you can't erase all of that history.
I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean. and I do look Korean now. I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British, because I identify as Korean. That's just my culture, that's my home country.
On top of all of that, we need to say something very important here. Because we have covered a lot of videos about K-pop. It's a very rapidly growing culture of a lot of people who are devoted to Korean culture and Korean pop.
Yeah, and K-pop stands for a lot of good things. So
Yeah, like self-acceptance.
yeah, and specifically, ironically, BTS stands for, you know, loving yourself and accepting who you are. So I wonder actually what fans would think.
What
like,
K-pop fans think?
would you support the love for BTS? Would you want to remind Ollie that it's against sort of the message? I'm curious. I'm not a fan, but
Yeah,
I'm curious.
let us know what you think from your perspective, because I know a lot of people really love BTS on another level,
Yeah.
but I feel like not on that level.
Maybe people will think I'm actually Korean, which will make me really happy. And they can see how much I love their culture, because this is the extreme length I've gone to, because I love Korea so much. I just want to make Jimin proud as well, you know, because Jimin is my ultimate idol, and I want him to be proud, so I'm sure he'll be proud that I look like exactly like him now.
Ollie is a troubled person
Yeah.
who has an issue, which makes this video very tough to make, because obviously I don't want to make Ollie's life worse. Like, I don't want people to hate on Ollie. But it is not about Ollie. This is about something much more important, because the moment we open this door, there is no way back. So the moment we say, yeah, let's just accept everything, there will be next step.
Yeah.
I know there will be a next step. Someone's gonna do something even crazier and crazier and crazier. We as a society need to have some structures that make it easier to understand what the hell is happening. And so I want this video to be out for people to be able to express their own opinions. So I really wonder, when you watch this, guys, what do you think about this? Should there be limits for people trying to express themselves? And should we be okay with people identifying as another race?